Hi, thank you for tuning in to African Other Hub. Okay, so today I will talk about depression and anxiety and some simple therapies or simple things that we can do to help our children overcome anxiety or feelings of anxiousness, apprehension, or feeling of downness or blueness or feeling of hopelessness into a more positive environment. I will mention two or three forms of therapy that can help our children overcome these forms of mental disorders. Children need therapy. There's this program that has really revolutionized the way mental health is treated around the world, and this program is called Friendship Bench. Just like the name Friendship Bench was started in Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwean, I really applaud them for this. So Friendship Bench is literally a bench, like a park bench, where anyone suffering from mental health disorders or especially depression will go, and there are trained community members who will sit down and talk this person through, talk like a friend. Relationship is so important to heal all forms or all manner of mental health conditions, but we need to start early. So in Zimbabwe, this friendship bench was introduced to help people going through mental health conditions, and the result is great. So this friendship bench has been introduced and is spreading all over. I know UK is using it to treat mental health conditions. New York is using it. Canada is using it. Other countries are using it. So really what Friendship Bench means is literally a park bench. So it's like a park or a picnic bench outside a park where people go. If someone is suffering from this condition, they will go sit on the bench and talk to the trained community member. The trained community member will help the person overcome or slowly help the person overcome the condition. Okay, so this is one way that mental health conditions are being, or mental illnesses or mental health disorders are being treated on the continent of Africa. Some other form of therapy that can be used to treat this mood disorder or the sadness a person may experience from depression or anxiety. Anxiety too, the mild type of anxiety can be a feeling of fear, and then the severe one can be that post-traumatic stress disorder. So post-traumatic stress disorder, which is PTSD, sometimes children who experience trauma. A child might have experienced a family member passing away, and that can cause a severe apprehension or anxiety for that child. In that case, that child need to be seen by a doctor. That child will need support. In addition to the support, the child will also need some form of therapy, ongoing therapy, until the condition fades away or until the child is able to live their daily lives again. An effective therapy that has been found to treat post-traumatic stress disorder, which is PTSD, is that cognitive behavior therapy for children. So cognitive behavior therapy, just like the name, so the behavior is the one that is targeted. So it's believed that the way that a person thinks and the way that a person acts, so which is the thought process and then the behavior, all right, affect how the person feels. So if the behavior can be altered or changed positively, then the way that a person feels, which affects the mood, that's the depression or anxiety, can also change. So you change the behavior. Say a child is refusing to put on the school clothes or uniform and go to school. Why? If they see the uniform, they cry. Or if they hear school, they cry. If they see a situation that has been haunting them or a thought process that has been haunting them, they cry. So the action or the behavior is to cry or refuse or cling on to the mother or father or parent and refuse to go. In that respect, all right, the behavior need to be altered, which is the way the child is acting need to be changed. We need to help the child change that behavior towards the situation. So rather than whipping the child, or rather than pushing the child, or using aggression to push the child into school or into the situation, we can step by step use this cognitive behavior therapy by getting a trained professional to really help the child to overcome that fear, help the child to overcome that anxiousness or apprehension with that situation. Okay, so we need to understand this. Any form of force will trigger bigger problems for our children. So rather than use force, or rather than say, no, I wasn't trained this way, I was born in Africa and I was punished for misbehaving, or for not listening to my parent, for not going to school, or whatever the case may be. So rather than punishing the child, we can use this cognitive behavior therapy by changing the behavior, teaching the child to change the behavior into a positive one. So step by step. First, let's say, for example, we can use play. All right, so there's also a play therapy. Play therapy will use play as the basis to change the behavior. So the child can use the uniform, or we can buy a uniform and then do a play at home, play school at home. So if the child, for example, the example with the school, is refusing to go to school, so let's use the uniform, play school with a child every day, maybe spend 10 minutes, about 20 minutes, and then keep increasing that. Increase the number of time spent to do play. So we play school, the child is the teacher, the child can be the teacher if the uniform is too haunting, all right? So let the child be the teacher, or you can be the teacher. Switch roles. Okay, so this is a play therapy, and have the child display their emotions. Let them display what they are feeling. Okay, so we are changing the behavior. Instead of running away from the uniform, slowly we are trying step by step to win the child back into accepting or changing that negative feeling about school into a positive one. This is just a short video about therapy. Let's not use force. I know some of us were raised in a really strict environment. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Okay, so you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And so we will always use that force to get our ways with our kids. That form of force is really causing more problems for them. Thank you so much. Please, let's hear from you, okay? What do you think? Do you think using force is effective? Please put your comment below. Let's hear from you. And also, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Please subscribe to our videos. Thank you for watching Africa Another Hub.